Nick Rekieta apparently showed up. I thought Nick Rekieta was dead, man. I was really worried about him. I thought the Lawtubers killed him. Now, if you're not following the Nick Rekieta thing, this year was meant to be a very special year for Nick Rekieta on New Year's Day, on New Year's Eve. He just said, "Hey, everybody, let's make 2024 a wonderful, wild, wacky year." And then for some reason, like the cops came. He was having a little bit of difficulty, man. I was seeing Nick live stream, and Nick used to be on Comicsgate live shows. He'd hang around, Jack show. But then he got so big, he was streaming to 100,000 people, and I don't think he ever let it go to his head, but he was just way too busy, and we didn't get to see him that much. And so I just let him do his thing. I figured, like, that's good, man. Nick Rekieta's graduated to the stars. You know what I mean? Like, I'll stay here doing my comics, and Nick Rekieta eventually, I do believe, is going to be on Court TV. I didn't mean like this, though. I didn't mean he's going to be on Court TV like this. I meant he'd host. He'd be like a host on Court TV. Anyway, he started to look kind of sickly. And 100,000 people live. When he was doing the Kyle Rittenhouse, it's crazy. When he was doing Kyle Rittenhouse, he had like 100,000, maybe more people live. He was making a lot of money too. Everybody was really happy for him. He's probably the #1 live streamer on YouTube. I wasn't paying too much attention. I just saw him peripherally. I was like, oh, good for Nick. Yeah, that's great. I like Nick. He's got all these lawyers that are kind of, it's kind of like Comicsgate Live, except a bunch of lawyers that are going to stab him in the back eventually. Instead of, never was comic wannabes. Anyway, I started to notice that he wasn't looking so good. And I saw him drinking a lot. I basically went to him. I said, what's the matter with you? What, are you not eating? Like, you look like you lost like 40 pounds. You don't look so good, man. And in my heart, I was thinking, he looks like he's taking drugs. But I couldn't believe Nick Rekieta would take drugs. I was like, he's a father. He's got like 5 kids. He's got his wife, I don't think he'd be like, because I mean, I'm honestly, my suspicion was needle drugs. So I was like, I've seen what people who have a problem with like that black tar heroin look like. People who ride the horse, man, if you know what I mean. But they get that same kind of haunted, hollow look like on their face. And that's what I saw in Nick, and I was worried about him. I just said, whatever it is you're doing, you got to stop, man. Get healthy. Put down the booze. Pick up some pie. Do what you can to put some meat back on your bones. And then 2 days after I did this live stream with him where I was encouraging him to get healthy, the police kicked in his door and allegedly found his house in a state of disrepair. Found I don't know how much this is. Like, what's 26 ounces of cocaine? It sounds like it sounds a little bit like Scarface to me. That sounds like a lot of cocaine. How do you find that much cocaine? If I had any cocaine, it would be in a little baggie, like this big. I'd be like, there's a little cocaine. I do that, I've never even tried cocaine ever. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But I would probably like it if I did. I understand. It turns out he was rooming with another couple. He let another couple move in, which was nice. I mean, especially during the Biden economy. With the Biden economy, prices are up. People can't really afford. Charlie Kirk was out there talking to college students saying, how many of you can afford houses in this economy? And it was like none of them could. None of them could afford houses. So, Nick Rekieta let this nice YouTuber couple move in with him and his wife. The wife was pretty. The husband was a little bit suspect, a little bit creepy, a little bit oily, that guy. But anyway, that's none of my business. He was being arrested. He got arrested for that. Him and his wife. They got arrested for having a little cocaine. And then it became a big scandal. Now Nick disappeared. I haven't seen him for a while. I've not seen him for too long on the internet. Nick is somebody who likes to push back. And he denied all of this. He just said, didn't answer for it. He didn't say anything. He's back. He came back. So, Evidently, like he admitted that like he takes cocaine. So let me see this.
All right, let's get into some Baldo drama since we still have some time here. So with our good friend Nickety Crackets, we had some weird updates today.
Now this guy right here is a faggot. You know, fuck this dude. Weren't like, didn't Nick give you your start, dude? Aren't you on his show? Weren't you on his show, dude? You know what I mean? Like, didn't he give you your start? Like, nobody knew who you were. Nobody was looking for you. They were looking for Nick Rekieta, and you kind of were the guest star or something like that. You were the guest. You were a guest panelist. And now look at you. You got your whole channel is like based on tearing Nick down for what? Did Nick do something to you? I don't understand. Like, I sit there. I mean, you know, I'll tell you what Eric July did to me. I'll tell you what Yellow Flash did to me, and that's why Trashcast exists. What did Nick do to you? What did he do to you? I don't get it.
From Breaking Baldo News. So there's a lot of stuff here, actually.
Did he do something?
Nick has been active. This is Nick Rekieta. He still has a pending trial, and sources have told me that he is planning to still take this to trial, which makes it really weird. So sources have told me he's still planning to go to trial, which, I mean, I think it's a stupid idea. I think he still should plea out. I think he should try to plea and settle the case. I think that'd be much better for him and his family. But he was apparently inside of the chat for Steel Toe Morning Show. And one of the reasons that you know this is him is because there's a verified check mark, right? Which you have to get from YouTube. So the only way to fake this is if another channel with a
like
verified
weeb,
check mark,
like, is this weeb law? Like, what is this?
Changed both their name and their logo. So that'd be the only way to fake this. So it would be very difficult for this to be faked, right? Because you see that little check mark right there. And he was making comments about, I'll see you all soon, and I'm going to be talking about this soon. He was saying how to kill your show in 60 seconds. Man, I can't wait to come back, as someone should say. So he says he's going to kind of come back and set the record straight about Aaron. Aaron was formerly in
Does this guy hate Nick?
Aaron and his wife were swinging with Nick and his wife.
What?
And apparently Aaron was banging Nick's wife, and Nick was banging Aaron's wife, and they were all kind of swapping around. It was a whole big polycule. There's all sorts of
no, I don't get
details there.
No, that's the problem.
So that came out, but then very messy. Subsequent to that, Nick starts tweeting on
who are these characters?
And he starts saying a bunch of really weird stuff that's really weird for somebody who has a pending case. So he went back to his tweet on December 31st.
Now this is funny. I had to enjoy this. Like, this was Nick Rekieta. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Like, this is Nick Rekieta on top of the world, like making $20,000 a day in super chats. You know what I mean? Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Drinking, having some cocaine. 2024 promises to be a beautiful disaster. Don't make resolutions, set goals, pursue life, be ridiculous, find joy. I'm going to fucking kill the word joy, man. I can't stand the word joy now. Democrats have ruined it. Kamala Harris talking about joy to excuse her psychotic cackling, and the Democrats reframing that as joy. That makes me angry. That's not joy. That's psychosis, and that's empty-headed stupidity. It's being a fucking whore. Deep Surface says, Mindset wanted to get clean from Nick so he could grift the anime side of YouTube. He's a ick day, which is dick. That's pig Latin for dick. I don't know. I don't know anything about him except I'm like, what is this? And I did ask him if he murdered Nick, because it did seem like he did, but I guess he didn't. Like, you know, because Nick is still alive, according to his Twitter behavior today, which this is about. I don't know about his Twitter behavior, but I don't know if it's so smart.
And he said, which was Happy New Year's, everyone. 2024 promises to be a beautiful disaster. Don't make resolutions, set goals, pursue life, be ridiculous, find joy. He responds, lol, LMFAO, this tweet, and the dumbass who wrote it.
Yeah.
So Lord Botha of Memes a Lot.
Oh, boy.
That's the dude who made that status sounds like he was on cocaine. So obviously this person is trolling him. And normally you just ignore that, right?
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
He responds to Botha by
was
saying he was. He makes an admission.
RoboSquib, I've only just begun.
Which is verified. There's a blue check mark here, right? This isn't fake.
No, no
That's
way.
Nick. That's how he is.
What date is this?
admitting this has just happened today, that he was on 21st of October, right? That he was on cocaine. This is literally an admission which is going to be used against him in court. Now, he claims that, the government isn't paying attention to social media. They don't know what's going on. Well, you better hope they don't. But you know what? Someone's probably going to send this to them. And he doesn't stop there. He continues this day with a separate comment, and we're not even done here, which says, Rekieta said, they never were. And then LJSPKER says, and you never did coke. He responds, I did a fucking mountain of coke, of cocaine. Another.
That is awesome. Oh my God. That's our, that is our Nick Rada right there. I can't believe it, man. He cracks me up. Oh shit. Oh my God. Nick Rada, ladies and gentlemen. What a guy. All right, so Nick
admission
a mountain
that can be used against him.
What is he doing? What the absolute hell is happening right now?
So
Nick
and
is awesome.
we also got this happened, and this is very interesting. Dropped
there are a few
also
things
around the
that
same
I disagree
time.
with, but
DUI
like
guy Larry Foreman, who actually is an accomplished criminal defense attorney, right? Some people don't like him. He's got a very particular style. He's kind of whiny. He sounds a little whiny sometimes, but he's an accomplished attorney. He says, I removed myself from the situation because Nick kept making videos on YouTube by talking about and thus hurting his case.
Yeah.
Not a very reliable client to have. So I rescinded my offer to assist him. That's it. And this is after, of course, he's seeing all these tweets come out, and after he's seeing all this go down, he's espousing this guy is not
he's hurting his case.
Right. And not a client you want to have. This actually reminded me of
Sarah Boone. So fun. There should be a movie about this.
Really just put it there. As Sarah Boone. And once again, I'm not saying anything bad about Larry. Some people like him, some people don't. It's up to you. Choose your own adventure. I have no problem with Larry. Larry's fine with me. We're cool. I'm cool with Larry. I'm just saying some people don't like him. Whatever. His statement here is very telling, though, because he was offering to be Nick's attorney.
Concern.
Turn that down. Right. He said, "Hey, I don't want any piece of that." But then something even crazy.
This is literally nothing, Ethan.
So Nick Rada gets on his verified Twitter account the same day today.
You guys need to understand something. Here's the thing. Before this, these are new tweets. I thought Nick was dead. I accused Legal Mindset of perhaps, maybe, possibly, just checking, did he engage in a conspiracy with other Lawtubers to have the button pushed on Nick Rada? Could be. I don't know, because I haven't heard from him for 3 weeks. That's weird for Nick. Nick is out there talking, running his mouth, doing stuff. People were creating rumors about him. They were saying he was dead. They were saying that his parents had him muzzled. All these things. I don't know. I'm not sure. But today he came out and he expressed himself, which I appreciate. Awesome. FLOL says it's retarded, in all caps, to think that Nick's admission of having done coke will affect his case. Was his defense ever going to be, I've never done coke in my life? That's true. Pretty sure, it's clear because he took some tests or something like that. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the facts on that. Did he take drug tests and cocaine showed up? Sashiel Lafrite says, Elisa Clips is having a field day tonight. Oh, I know. I was thinking that as I was making this content.
He accuses Sean, potentially criminal, my good friend, good guy who's been covering this. He says Lawtube Sean poses as a fake Rekieta Law in Aaron's chat to try and generate revenue for both of them. Embarrassing. So he's trying to say that Sean is creating fake profiles, has enough time. And mind you, this man, Sean, unlike me, where I do other stuff, but I'm a consultant, I have a very flexible schedule. Sean has a fixed schedule and he has a full-time job. Right, and he does his.
This is interesting here now. Apparently, this got deleted. Lawtube Sean poses as a fake Rekieta Law in Aaron's chat to try to generate revenue for both of them. Embarrassing. So Nick is saying that isn't even him, but then he deleted this tweet. You could put that out there, and you could say that wasn't me that said that shit. That wasn't me. I don't know if it was or wasn't, but it's created reasonable doubt. This non-practicing attorney, Nick Rada, he's so good at creating reasonable doubt. It's reasonable to believe that Lawtube Sean has created a fake Rekieta Law so that he could go into Aaron's chat talk some shit that sounds like something Nick would say, but it isn't. And why would he do that? What's his motivation? He already has it built in there to generate revenue. Why would Aaron go along with it? Because it's revenue for both of them. So they're collaborating together to post things in his chat that are just fake things that like Nick never said. He says that's embarrassing. I agree with him. That would be embarrassing in a way, like if you had dignity. But if you do something like that, there's no way that you could be embarrassed. But if you write this tweet and it's bullshit and then you delete it, that's embarrassing too. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know what's going on. There's a lot of opportunity for people to be embarrassed here.
Streaming as a part-time thing, like as a hobby.
That was
right?
Rekieta.
Streaming is one of my main businesses, right? It's one of the main things I do, right? But Sean, this is his side thing. But he's saying that like Sean has time after he, his streams and also his full-time fucking job to make fake accounts to go into Steel Toe Morning Show's chat, a nothing burger of a
That's
show,
100%
which gets
what
almost
Sean
no
would do,
views
says
and
Trevor
nobody cares
Nickel.
about.
Really?
Right? And drum up drama to get super chats, right? He also was kind of making the assertion
I love Rainy's fiendish.
that we're just making shit up, right?
I love it. It's good.
Now, Sean on the Kiwi Farm says Nick is lying.
One of the two.
Pretty straightforward, which is go to rehab, Nick, because clearly something is going on right now. And I don't know what the fuck it is, right? And of course, I make the joke, it's all a gay op, right? It's all fake. It's all a gay op. Now, subsequent to that, Rekieta Law goes out and deletes this post. He deletes the post accusing Sean
That's
of
weird.
faking the super chats.
If it's true,
right?
then leave it up.
Now, to which Sean had this to say on his show. So we'll play this real quick.
Hold on, what's this? Nick's accusing me of using a fake Rekieta Law account to generate super chats.
Oh, this guy, Sean? I know this guy. I've seen this guy. This is the guy who's faking being Nick Rekieta to create stuff to talk about. I never even thought of doing something like that.
Desperation has a particular scent. Frying your brain on cocaine, crack, and
Crack?
$5 whiskey does that to you. So I don't know what to tell you.
He said crack.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to post, I do it myself. I don't fucking hide under things. So
Yep. Agree with Sean on that one.
let him cope. Let him cope, chat.
I post myself.
Hold on,
But,
what's
the
this?
cope is strong.
Nick's
The cope is strong. So that's what we had today. That's a big update. Now, some of that is legally relevant because it's admissible in court. I mean, making an admission that you used cocaine is like, it's very much admissible.
All right, so that's what's going on with Nick Rekieta right now. We thought he was dead. Here's the good news. The good news is Nick is still alive, and that's all I care about. The rest of you guys are like, oh, my God, like he admitted to doing coke. I don't care. I don't care. I just care that he's alive so that he can pay for his crimes in prison. I just care that he's alive so that we can put him in the electric chair for all of his terrible things. He needs to go to jail. And from now on, anytime anybody has a fake EVS account that goes around, it's probably Sean from Lawtube. Guy's got plenty of time to do stuff like that.